I'm Doug Doyle with the art of the story. Today, Jazz in Paris, the second posthumous album from the legendary Kool The Gang drummer and co-founder and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer George Funky Brown, will be released via Astana Music. Inspired by smoky jazz clubs in Paris and New York in the late 50s and 60s, the album reflects George's deep love for jazz and the spirit of Miles Davis's great quintets. It was largely recorded at his LA home studio during the pandemic before his passing in 2023. Han Fan Brown, George's widow and music executive, says the project was a labor of love.
Yes, it was. It definitely was. Actually, he was, to get through this process when he was sick, he went into the studio to basically release all his emotion, his pain, his love for everything. But he pretty much went in there as much as he could. He mustered through his tumultuous time of suffering. He went in there and released all that in there, and it's amazing.
Curtis F. Williams, Kool The Gang's musical director, pianist, keyboardist, and album collaborator, was honored to finish the work that George started.
What was really, really fun was bringing in the musicians, bringing in horn players, trumpet players, tenor, saxophone players, trombonists. So actually having a horn section and not, so for instance, Dick to a Hustle, I did the demo and the horns were initially on the keyboards, but then we just went in the studio and just played the horns of those parts. So it's like, trumpet, trombone, tenor, and then like alto sax. And so we just redid the parts with the actual horns, having acoustic bass. George wasn't able to finish all the drums, so we had one of the world-renowned drummers come in and do things, which he was just blown away to be able to be a part of such an iconic drummer's album. That's Vinny Colaiuta, who's just, so prominent, so amazing. You give these songs, these jazz songs, so much life when it's like, a real drummer that really captures the mood. And think about that, the semblance or where they assimilate. You have the spirit of George Brown, iconic drummer, decades, globally known, and then you have this current guy to play together. It was just really special.
George Brown passed away from cancer in 2023, but his music is very much alive, thanks to Han, Curtis, and many others. You can hear the entire interview about Jazz in Paris at WBGO.org. I'm Doug Doyle, WBGO News.